Tap it, tap it, touch it, whatever. It's red. Is it on red? Testing, testing, 1, 2. Yeah. Um. Anyway, the whole point about the thing was that R.J. Barrett's next home game, um, Las Vegas scouts will be in attendance from the professional organization. They'll be there. Not they won't be catching highlights. They will be there, and then they watch film on guys, but they're gonna be there live with their own two eyes to take their notes and do what they do. People do this for a living. People do this for a living. So we're not gonna go past Virginia Tech. This whole week is full of college basketball. A lot of practicing, a lot of training, a lot of traveling, a lot of game playing, a lot of game planning. A lot of things going on with staffs and organizations as well as the players and their personal lives off the court and their basketball lives on the court. But as we get close to March, we want to try to get the college season moving on. And we're going to start right now. And the University of Kentucky wins 107-97. USC wins on the road 123-101 against Ohio State. Cole Moran with 16. Let's see, looked like he dropped about 4 3-pointers, I think. So Kentucky handles business against Oklahoma. Look at this double-double. And let's see, the deadline for these college prospects to enter into the NBA draft is going to be over here. Am I passing it up? I must be passing it up. March 1st. March Madness. March 1st. March 1st. March 1st. Now, they can enter the draft. If they don't get drafted, a lot of them can come back. But March 1st, they have to acknowledge whether they're entering the draft or not. And there's still basketball to be played. So, March, right in the beginning of March Madness. So, there's that exciting, very interesting deal. And let's see. As far as NBA prospects for Kentucky Wildcats, you see it. Khalil Whitney. And you can see he started off the season slow. But ever since after that first game, he has not looked like a freshman. This is his back-to-back double-double. The man pulled down 18 boards and had 2 steals to go with it. He shot that ball 26 times like he's playing in the NBA already. He dropped 25 and 18. So, we don't know yet what this young freshman is going to do, if he's going to come back for a year or two or not. Another prospect who many believe will enter into this year's draft. We don't know what Whitney would do, but Keldon Johnson is really believed to enter into this year's draft, and he put up nice numbers as well. We see Ellis Jr. here with a double-double, so Kentucky looked it very good, very nice. Carmichael really struggled. So, Ohio State falls at home. Trojans just outplayed them. Looking at the scoring leaders with 5 turnovers. Looking at the other side of the story right here, but let's look at the Trojans. Good, nice team effort for these guys. Nice. Moving on to the next day. Nothing is scheduled for that day. It'll be a training day, practice day throughout pretty much all the teams probably. We'll simulate these practices. We'll move on. See what's on the line today. 3 games on there today. Oh, look at this nice matchup here. Undefeated Villanova. And, Little has not been. He's still there. All the potential's still there. You've seen a lot of guys draft, a lot of guys with a lot of potential who didn't really do it in their first year still get drafted high. But he hasn't exploded yet, like many believe he will eventually. And there's some lot of talent over there in Tennessee, but they haven't been able to put it together to get a win. And it's not going to be any easier against Kansas, the undefeated Kansas Jayhawks. But maybe this is when Tennessee can get their first win. And then this game right here looks to be the Raging Cajuns to be the favorite, but Nevada can pull this off. So let's see what goes down. Oh, it cannot. The Raging Cajuns advance to 3-3 as the Wolfpack still cannot yank down or rebound. They cannot yank down and win. They have some pieces and stuff, but they just look at this. We got guys going 1 for 8, 0 for 4, 0 for 3, 1 for 5, 1 for 6, 0 for 3. They got to just not. They got to hit shots. They have to sink shots, or it's gonna be hard for them to get any victory. And they have talent. They have talent to even. I think they have enough talent to even make the tournament. Maybe surprise some people, but that'll never happen if you don't get down to the very fundamentalist part of the game, and that's just sinking the shot. So the Raging Cajuns, Gansley here with a double-double, a name not talked about too much, but he finds himself talked about in this game. We got Eric Snyder, Abdul Rahim, Richfield, and this is the second game that Alexander Walker has struggled. So his draft stock is probably plummeting. But enough of that NBA pro talk. Let's take it back to college basketball. UL Lafayette Raging Cajuns win. That's what matters, the victory. Sometimes we get so caught up in what a prospect's doing, don't talk about the team. And North Carolina loses by 2 at home in North Carolina, in Chapel Hill. Well. They'll drop to 5-2, even though they only lost by 2 points. They lost by 1 basket. Tough loss for North Carolina at home. But it begs the question, is Villanova for real? And this freshman right here has been very successful for them so far. He led them to this victory. And then they just have guys like this that can pull 11 boards, give you 5 assists, 3 steals, and a block to go with it. So you got that kind of rebounding power with defense, and you have the offensive powerhouse, which is Brian Antoine, or Antone, as some like to say, but he's a freshman. He's got a baby face. He looks so young out there, but then he comes and he puts up numbers every night, every single night. As you can tell, he's got Villanova 4-0. And indeed, I told you they could do it. Look, Tennessee puts up their first game. Well, the fourth quarter they fell a little bit, but their success from the first 3 quarters. 32 they scored in that first, 26 in the second, and 34 again in the third. And Kansas was solid all the way through, but Tennessee played to their potential tonight. And Cole Anthony, he's in college now. He's no longer in high school, and he had his best game of his college career, his best game of the season. He hit 5 out of 10 3-pointers. As you can see, this is what he's done this year in his freshman year. He did drop 22 in his opening game, And he's had some off nights with the ball, just his shooting percentage, which is going to get better. But he showed this whole career he is not scared. And he had 8 dimes, 2 steals to go with a monstrous game for Cole Anthony in Tennessee. And then Wiseman, another draft prospect on this team, 2 blocks and 3 steals. Oh my God, he's 1 rebound shy of a double double. Might as well give him that double double since he had 3 steals and 2 blocks to go with it. And Tennessee showed everybody what they can do. Kansas was undefeated coming in this game. Kansas was at home, and if you betted against Tennessee, you lost your money. So they go 1-4. The season's young enough. The season is not over. We'll see what Tennessee does from there. And let's see. Should too many teams have any back-to-backs in college? Okay, that's Texas. Not Tennessee. That's Texas 2-2 at Alabama, who's looking for their first win. This should be interesting to see who wins, and it is Alabama by 10. Alabama get their first win against Texas. Crimson Tide, T.J. Tank, Carter, Crimson Tide, Marlowe. They have some. Where are their draft prospects? Is it Mocha? Huh? Mococa. I think this is one of their prospects. Who's this? He's a sophomore. Maybe he'll be a second rounder in the draft or something. I don't know. T.J. Tank. Before this game, he gave production, but what a game here! The junior explodes in Texas. Austin Wiley. He's their guy. He's good, man. He's one of the top point guards in this year's class. We have Jamel Artis right here. But none of it was enough as they fall short on the road. And let's see, the last game we're going to sim, and we're going to sim a whole week. OSU. And Ja Morant is on OSU here because when we did the college national commitment day, that's where he committed to, and that's where he's been. So, a little interesting scenario of a what if. NEC carry, Florida State. He has a lot of non-believers, but over there in Florida, he has a lot of believers. Let's see. And Florida continues to make more people in the believers. Are they for real? Is Florida for real? Dropped 38 in the fourth quarter. But wow, OSU did 46. What a quarter. But the other 3 quarters ended up having much more of an effect than you would have liked. Looking at Florida here, I mean, it's time we start to pay attention to this freshman that came from California, all the way from California. He committed to Florida. Nobody knew who he was. Nobody knew who he is. And then, the staff in Florida knows a little bit. And come the start of the season, he's starting. And then game 1, people in Florida are saying, okay, this guy looks to be nice with potential. They win the next game. He drops 23 with 2 steals. 8 for 14. Some slams. Florida's ranting and raving now. 2 back-to-back 16s. And now the entire collegiate world is starting to have Lyle Colangelo on their tongue. Say it again. Lyle Colangelo. You see here. Because coming into the year, it was all Veron Carey as far as prospect and the best player of the team went. And as you can see, his team wouldn't be where it is without him. At the same time, if they both enter the draft this year, NBA teams, a team may pick him over him. We'll see how it goes. A lot of ball has to be played. A lot of room left for another player maybe to make their way into being a prospect. But Florida has yet to lose a game with these two freshmen. So let's look at their other. See, we have sophomore here, 5'6" at point guard. He's a senior. Let's see. This guy had 7 assists and 12 rebounds, and I almost didn't even mention him. That is sad. Jackson Fowler, a sophomore. This guy right here is a key component to this team. And look at this. I mean, see, if he could put up this kind of production in the NBA, he is well worth a late first round or second round. Second round picks normally in the NBA don't pan out to do any production whatsoever. So this is a first round pick with this production, but he's obviously would get lost in the sauce. But from what I see, I mean, you're looking at 8 points, 4 points, 9 points, but he's a rebounder. He is a winner. Look at these numbers. What I see when I look at this as a winner, a key piece to a team. So, if I was Jackson Fowler, I would keep this up. I would advance my team as far as you can into the tournament and enter for the draft this year. That would be my plan if I was Jackson Fowler. We'll see what he does. At OSU, Ja Morant, 13 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. And these stats right here probably don't show how ridiculous some of those dunks were. But interesting is OSU is interesting as well. Dalton, I don't really hear much about him being on boards, but I'm sure somewhere he is. And that was before this performance, because a lot of talk on this team, we all know Ja Morant is on boards. And on some of them, he's all the way at the top of their board. Cameron McGriff is working his way on the boards, and Cash Stanley came into the season as someone who was supposed to be, and as the season went on, he started some games, he came off the bench in some games. I think a lot of organizations decided to take a sit back and watch approach with Cash Stanley, not rush on him. But having Morant transfer to OSU, this brought a lot of spotlight to their team. They're 5-2. Sure, they went into this game thinking they would win, but they didn't. The next game we can cover and will cover probably LSU, probably Cincinnati and Duke. We'll have LSU and Virginia Tech, maybe LSU and Syracuse. Definitely try to have LSU and Kansas. Some other teams as well. Look at the power rankings now. Villanueva, Florida State, North Myrtle Beach Chiefs, Memphis Tigers still undefeated in North Carolina. These aren't accurate. These power rankings need to be updated. Let's look at the divisions. Ole Miss is still undefeated. And LSU last loss really. They fought a 1-3 now. Yeah, this is a team with a lot of talent. I don't count them out just yet. Definitely not just yet. Don't count LSU out. They have enough talent to be 3-1. They could be just as easily. Texas Tech hasn't won a game yet. They got some pieces. Alabama, Texas, Arkansas, and Ole Miss surprising everyone. Nobody still is quite sure how they're doing it. If you look at them on paper, they don't look good enough to do it, but that's why we play the game. Florida, 5-0. And as you can see how tough how much talent is in the college league right now. There is not one easy game at all. They are not any. All of these teams, most of these teams have at least one or two guys who, if they're not already prospects, could potentially be. So the league is deep right now. And all of their schedules, I mean, look at you got a team like Michigan State's already played 9 games, while you got teams here only play 2 games. So it's a little lopsided like that, but it's going to catch up. And Michigan State, with their tough coach, they lost 8 in a row. It's just not going the way. They don't see a coaching change coming. They still believe in who they got. They're trying to figure it out. It's not like they're void of complete talent. They are stretched a little bit then, but they have enough to win at the same time on any given night. So they just got to get it together. We know they're gonna go out fighting with some pride. See how shoot do. I think we went. Memphis is surprising a lot of people, but then when you look at them, they're very talented. Georgetown got their first win not long ago when Mac McClung broke through. UConn, they only played 2 games. Oklahoma, let's see, Nevada, Oregon, Ohio, Cincinnati, UCLA, USC, and that has simulated the week. That's about it. Let's see, we'll take a quick glance at prospects, high school prospects for the summer. We'll have our National Commitment Day after March Madness. Getting a look right now at some of the names. The new names that'll be coming in and be freshmen.